Hello, hi everyone again. I have some issues with internet connections and that those matters. So now I'm here back to show you the next unit that will be starting. Unit number 7. Hope that everyone has finished his her quiz, his her quiz, and then we're gonna continue to the information age. Guys, I know that you are very technological people, so I think that this topic will matters completely with some of you, especially people studying informatics and computer science, no, those things. So now we're gonna look here to the pros and cons, and that will be our next flip grid, no. And we look to. I'm gonna read the internet trends. The internet trends. What's the internet trends now? Well, if you ask me about internet trends, well, I repeat much that well. Uh, you will see, you're actually living one of the internet trends. Now, internet trends is teaching online classes, no? So that's the trend these days. These lasted because the COVID-19 and that matter. So, what do you think will be the next trend of communication, of information, no? You know that thinking about the information age, we have access to many sources, and I will invite you. We're gonna do something very interesting. We're gonna try to do something interesting about the deep web and dark web. So we're gonna discuss that thing in our next flip grid. Yes, that will be a little bit more interesting. And well, we have here different internet trends. We have music fans have been given access to early and limited music libraries in the cloud. No, so we have many clouds. Well, as we can see here, there are many traditionally libraries here. In For example, we have that developed to support departments of music in university college settings. Those developed to support conservatories and schools of music. Actually, in United States, there are like music libraries where you can find many, many, many discs. Uh, Imagine that you are in the ludoteca, no? That the the prime ludoteca that used to exist. I don't know if it's still there in your school, but there are many libraries, there are many sources in United States and in Europe. No, here in Mexico I haven't seen, probably in Mexico City, yes. But we have the YouTube, we have the royalty free production music library, with the Amazon and SoundCloud for those ones that like singing and likes that. We also have the next one is increasingly information about internet users being collected for marketing purposes. Let's gonna type about that information. So actually now we need to have everything even more secure due to we are exposed to many, we can say, not hackers, but when you use your surfer, your browser cookies, well, I'm not specialized in that matter, but some of you are. This is what I know a little about the cookies. When you do some research or when you do a search through Google or whatever, then you can find information, or Google access, or Windows access to your information and provides you faster information. That's the purpose, no? But also, many sources takes that information to sell things, or companies buy that information to spam, no, to spam or whatever. Sometimes the spams are good, sometimes are just spam, no. That you can find, I don't know, a cell phone, or you were looking for a cell phone, and then they send you advertisements of cell phones, or uh, games, or whatever, no, whatever thing that you look at internet, clothes. And then says many traditional textbooks have been replaced by online versions. Yes, actually, we can find books and on PDF. But sincerely, what do you prefer most? That's an open question to you. Remember that this question you can answer them in the comments, and they will count like participation. So it's the next well, in our rubric that will have a weight, right? So what do you think about the developing? And then the next one says it's developing of new online tools. More employees are being allowed to work remotely for part of their work week. So we have this platform Zoom. We have the TeamView. Actually, TeamView. You might know TeamView. TeamViewer, sorry, TeamViewer. It's a source, or it's a program that allows remotely someone takes your computer or you take someone's computer, and then you can do what I am doing right now with my computer, but you will sharing your computer with somebody else. That's something interesting because imagine that you are a programmer or that you can support people. No, so let's say I need to install this program, but or you are a beginner in software or programmation or TICs or ICTs in English. This TICs in English is ICTs, and someone can assist you. Ivan Alberto, for example, that studied that matter. Pablo, people like that that are more involved in these things. No, in this kind of information. Now, oh, I close that window. Moving back again to the next step. So, with development of all new technology in the future, says most store purchases will be made by using a mobile device linked to an online account. Cash or credit cards will rarely be used. Says most store purchases will be made by using a mobile device linked to an. That's well, that's something. It's a little bit incongruent because anything that you buy in the internet, maybe it's referring about what PayPal or another way to do payments, but uh, you know that anything that you buy in any page like Amazon, like Mercado Libre, anything you do or those transactions you do through debit or credit cards, unless that you use PayPal or other sources like paying with bitcoins, for example, or other crypto coins, no? But crypto coins are not accepted in Amazon or in Mercado Libre yet, or I don't know if there's like a way that you can pay with those with that currency. I'm not completely sure, but you can post it here in the comments too. And then says more and more doctors' examinations are likely going to be done over the internet. Well, actually, doctors are offering or consulting by internet, no? So, uh, actually, I seen a funny picture that I'll share to you. Yes, actually, this is the picture that I'm sharing to you. This is the Supersonics, no? Well, actually, the Supersonics, as you saw in the picture, they had everything online before, no? So that's funny, no? That they have all the here, the working online, classes online, medicine, and phone calls too. We still using phone calls, right? That's very funny. Okay, well, moving back here again. Then more candidates for employment will be identified, interview, and hired online. Actually, the some works as teleperformance and other ones are hiring people in this modality because the COVID-19 it's not possible having the workstations on due to the pandemic and the regulations that we need to follow according to the government. And then we have the internet. No, wait. No, the next, yes, the last one. The internet is going to be subjected to a greater number of hacker attacks due to the increasing amount of personal information stored online. Yes, there are many people that is complaining about the Zoom, about the many sources because it being attacked by hackers or people that is stealing information and supposedly selling in the deep web. And then as vocabulary, technology buzzwords, it says match the terms. Guys, we're gonna try to do this. Try to do it at home. Try to do it at home. In the next video of tomorrow, I will show you the answers. But let's gonna read them and listen the pronunciation, okay, of the terms. No, so download, app, post, blog, Wi-Fi, the cloud, podcast, spyware, text, virus. Nice piece of cake for you. So actually, you were born in this area, no? So wireless connection to the internet, a radio or TV show downloadable from the internet, transfer files to your computer or smartphone. So you didn't suffer like we did in the past, connecting by the red. I don't remember that thing. It's not the Bluetooth. It's primary to the Bluetooth. Harmful software that attacks computer or phones, sends short typed message from a cell phone, put something in the internet for others to see, software that secretly records your information activity, a program often used on a mobile device, large remote information storage areas on the internet, and online journal or newsletter, usually of personal opinions. Okay, so for this activity, you can comment here, guys. Pair work, which of these technologies do you have experience with? When do you use them? So I've been downloading music and videos for years, and I'm too busy to watch TV. I download podcasts of interesting shows to my smartphones. It's great. And then passive, we're gonna look to the passive voice, to the passive of present continuous, present perfect feature. This is gonna be our next activity, guys. So I'll show you what's the passive voice. All right, so we're gonna move back. Okay, so what's the passive voice? Passive voice. The passive voice is when the agent becomes passive. No, I mean the active. No, the direct active uh, becomes passive. For example, talking about what's the matter. Well, the matter here, you need to identify the tenses, guys. So it's important to identify the tenses and look into the verbs. So in active, we're just going to start with active voice. My mom bakes some cookies. This one is in present, present simple. Now, passive voice, it would be some cookies. Some cookies. We need to identify this present. Are, no, baked by my mom. That's optional mentioning her. So the matter is about the cookies. Some cookies. I'm sorry, I missed the letter S. Some cookies. My mom baked some cookies, and here we have to become the object. This is the object of the sentence. This is my object, and my mom is the subject. My mom is the subject, and the verb is bakes. What does she bake? Well, she bakes some cookies. So as you see here, some cookies, that's my direct object. And now we need to use the form of the verb are baked. Are baked, and this is completely optional. So it's not necessary mention here. So what's the formula of the passive voice? It's be plus the past participle. Remember that are regular and irregular verbs, guys. Just to remind you that. Now we're gonna get back here to the explanation. Says passive of present continuous, present perfect, and future. Use the passive for actions where the emphasis is on the object of the action. Use the passive of the present continuous for ongoing actions. More employees are being allowed to work remotely for part of their work week. As you see here, are being allowed. So you have the verb to be, are, and then the verb to be in continuous. We have to mention it. Use the passive with present continuous. So it's are being, and this is our past participle verb of the verb allow, but we add the ed. Allowed, guys, is the allowed. And then use the passive voice or use the passive of the present perfect of recently completed actions. Music fans have been given access to nearly unlimited music libraries in the cloud. Then the last one, use will plus passive voice. Remember that will, it's a modal verb, and we need to convert the next that we need to add the verb to be there. So that it will be the combination will plus be. Why will plus be? Because will it's a modal verb. Remember, after a modal verb, any verb in front it's in base form. So will plus passive or be going to plus passive for action that will begin in the future. In the case of be going to, we're gonna see a little difference, no? So most store purchases let's gonna identify here will be, and then make, it's our base form of the verb, but now it's stored in the past participle in terms to made. Look guys, it's after the verb to be, by using a mobile device linked to an online account. Then more and more doctors examinations are likely to be are likely, verb to be, are likely going to be done. There is to be done, to be, over the internet. So for your assignment, I want you to complete the exercise of the page 55, and we're gonna have our Flipgrid. And don't forget doing your grammar plus, guys. Don't forget doing your grammar plus. So this is our grammar plus. Don't forget doing it. Don't forget doing it. Here we go again. So we have 7a, passive or present continuous present perfect future. So if the agent, the person, thing doing the action is unknown or obvious from the context, it's better to use a passive form. However, if the person or thing doing the action needs to be emphasized, it's better to use an active voice form. So you need to, if the person or thing doing the action needs to be emphasized, it's better to use an active form. So we have here that spyware is being used to collect information about college students. Agents is unknown. So social networking sites have been used in criminal investigation. Agent is clear from context. Criminal organization has created this virus. Not a material hacker. Agent is emphasized. Mhm. So in this case, the agent is emphasized, and the first one, the agent is unknown, and the second, its agent is clear from your context. Now, so the one and two are passive voice, but the second, it emphasizes the agent. The passive is very rarely used with the present perfect continuous. Use the passive of the present perfect instead. No, present perfect continuous, guys. So people have been posting more videos to the internet this year than ever before. More videos have been posted to the internet this year than ever before. So it's not necessary said more videos had been no, repeating again, had been being posted. No, so it's okay by saying have been posted. Yes, and that will be it for today. And let's gonna focus now on the next Flipgrid, guys. So have a wonderful evening and take care.